So let's talk about how Maker Faire is scored. At the end of the deck is a grading rubric. First off, there are 12 parts to this grading rubric. The first 8 are the engineering design process. The ninth is the overall, and then teamwork, time use, and writing are outside of those. Each one of those is worth 3 points. If a component is complete, it's worth 3. Developing 1 or developing 2, and incomplete 1. So you just need to read the rubric and do you meet each one of those components. So for identified, have you described 3 or 4 more problems? They do not have to be uh, the same or with each other. They are related to each other. The only one that isn't very uh, that could be up for discussion is the plan. Basically, have they actually planned out their problem? Most things that are physical are going to need a clean drawing with measurements, but that could turn into a recipe with measurements. It could turn into, if it's a video, a storyboard of how the video is going to work. For the overall, if every single one of the 8 components is a complete, the whole project is complete. And they're to keep working until that is the case. If only one of them or more is developing, the whole project is developing. It is not quite done yet. And then if any one of them is incomplete, then the whole project is incomplete and it's not quite developing yet. So overall, that means if it's complete, it's 3. It's if it's developing 2 and incomplete 1. The teamwork, time use, and writing, each one of those is 1, 2, and 3 in the same way. They are taken out of the overall because after it's turned in, it's hard to change how your team worked and your time use has been done. So that is, again, 36 points, or 3 times 12. How does the entire score get up to 100? Well, first off, you have the approval, which will be due on Friday of the third week of the term. And this will be identified on Google Classroom. The approval will involve parents, and there's a Google Classroom classwork assignment for that. If it is anywhere after the approval is due and before the actual Maker Faire show, then it'll be 5 points. The theme, which is chosen at the beginning of the Maker Faire up here, is one of 8. If they choose, they're to choose 2 different themes throughout the year. So theme points, if they choose, they're going to get 20 points for the first semester, and then if they choose the same theme, which they can, it'd be 10 points the next semester. So you're going to lose points if you decide to use the same theme 2 times in the same year. Respect is taken during the Maker Faire presentations throughout the quarter. If the students are not being respectful and interrupting and during the presentation, their Maker Faire score is going to go down. All I need to do is make sure that they're paying attention and not interrupting, and they will get 10 points. The vote score after the Maker Faire show day, which is the third Wednesday of the quarter. The final Wednesday of the term. Any Maker Faire that is ready to show will be eligible for the vote, which the class votes on. The top vote getter, which is in points, will get 20 points. Second will be 19 on down. If there's more than 20 projects, the last 2 projects will not get any points. And then finally, the Mr. Peterson 4 points. That is simply, are you taking it seriously? Are you doing your best and you pushing yourself? More often than not, I'll give the 4 points, and if I don't give the 4 points, it'll there will be a reason for why. So all those equal up to 100 points, and that score is only used to tell who won in each class and each theme. That is not a grade. We do not have letter grades at Johnson Creek. We do uh, the help me out, Danny. The personalized learning, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to edit this here. What is it called? No. Stand. Yeah, standardized learning by looking at the standards. Probably just gonna cut that out. We do standardized learning at Johns Creek. So again, the 100 points is only to separate winners in both their group and team. If you have any questions, you should ask Mr. Peterson. Thank you.